Well, this voice is James Yorkston.
This voice is Kenny Anderson, aka King Creosote. Well, now it looks kind of artificially so that there are a lot of the Fence collective living and have come from a very small area, like a disproportionate amount of singer-songwriters have come out of Cellar-Dyke and Strother. But in actual fact, I think that the root of it is pretty much two bands. And James, being from Kingsbarns, went off to Edinburgh and had his first band play out of Edinburgh, and I had a band with my brother, and we were sort of based out of St Andrews, and both bands, went and did their thing. But when it came to putting Fence together, it made sense for me to draw on the people that I'd met along the way, along the musical way, and family. So right off the bat, the collective, although it numbered 5 or 6 different acts, it was pretty much individuals, that 2 of whom were brothers, and the rest were sort of friends of mine, and James was one. But since we started the Fence Collective, once we got the thing up and rolling, people were attracted to it from all over really, and a few of them have moved into the area. But the Fence label, our own label, we pretty much only put out the first record by new acts, and then they're free to go after that. And some of them stay, most move on. But once you've had an involvement with Fence, whether it's just a live gig, whether it's like a collaboration, or whether we've put a record out, most people tend to want to keep sort of contact with us. Well, I started out basically busking as a rebellion against having to be or having trained as an engineer, and I didn't ever. It's not that I didn't consider a musical path. When I was growing up and going through school and university, I had this idea that if you did follow a musical path, it was because you were in some way trained to do that, or you had all the contacts in place, i.e. your dad had done that. Now, my dad is a musician, he's an accordion player, but I didn't really, for me, I'd been kind of groomed to take over a kind of dance band or a ceilidh band, which at the time I didn't really want to do. So I just went off busking, and that band got signed, and I kind of experienced the whole musical thing from a band working as a band, and it all fell to bits. We didn't get anywhere really. I think we put out a couple of good records. I don't know, I just got to a point where I thought, there's parts of that being in a band that I did enjoy, and the bits that I really did enjoy was recording, writing songs and recording. So I just put the Fence thing together as an umbrella under which I could record, just write music, record music, and not get caught up again in having to, do the toilet run of gigs and hopefully move up to do a support tour with somebody. And then, I wasn't interested in any of that. I just wanted to make music, record music, and not have to travel too far and not get under any of those pressures again. The main thing was the freedom to record whatever I wanted and to put albums together in the way that I wanted. And it was the first feeling I got that music could be treated as an art form, and that you record and write the things that you're going through at the time, regardless of how they sound to anybody else. That's for me, that's my passion now, and it still is. It's just finding new things to write about, recording, and then just getting to guddle in about it. And James will have a different take.
For me, it was there's never been anything else other than music there. When I was 27, I quit the band I was in, which was quite hard because we had a record deal and we'd released 1 album and 4 sort of like EPs, and we were just getting the demos together for the next record. And I left them with the idea being I was going to go back to university, go to university because I'd never been before. I was going to go to university at the age of 30. Those 2.5, 3 years were just going to be spent doing my music and nothing else. So at the very least I could listen back to this tape that I was going to make for myself of my songs. So I did that. And I'd always be happy that I'd done that and I had this thing to listen back to and given it a proper go. And for me, I was just lucky that tape ended up getting talked about and played on Peel and stuff like that, and I ended up signing a record deal and with Domino. But point being, what I've got now came out of a belief that I could never have what I've got now. So therefore, I just have to be absolutely honest with what I write and how I sing and everything I want to do, and just make it for myself. And I've been lucky enough to made a living out of doing that for the last 10 years or so, 8 or 9 years, whatever. And therefore, I continue doing that.